This episode of the Reppin' the State Line podcast with John, George, and Josh is sponsored by the Brodo Rockstar Group at eXp Realty. The home buying process is stressful, especially when it's your first time. The Brodo Rockstar Group is committed to giving you a stress-free experience while guiding you through the process from getting approved for a loan to getting the keys on closing day. Let their team treat you like a rock star. To book an appointment or to search all available properties in the State Line area, visit buywithbroda.com.
All right, everybody, welcome to our episode 2 of season 1 of Reppin' the State Line with John, George, and Josh. I'm John, and I want to remind you while you're watching this to please subscribe, write us a review, like us wherever you're listening to podcasts. If you're watching the channel on YouTube, please like and subscribe. But here we are. George, Josh, happy week. How was last week for you guys?
Last week for me was very busy, but it was fun.
Yep, same. Very eventful.
Just simple. Yes. All right. So first thing I hear, we've got some big news to announce today. So let's just kick off with the big stuff. Tell everybody right off the bat, we have a sponsor for a reoccurring series. Hopefully that'll be happening. We'll see how well it goes the first one we record. But Josh, tell us a little bit about our first sponsor.
Yeah, so our first sponsor is actually here in our office. His name is Tony Torby at Torby Financial Services. So we are going to do what sounds like maybe once a month where we're going to sit and sip, like we kind of talked about last week, where we're going to try this first one. I think it's going to be a whiskey tasting. So we're going to be able to sit, sip, talk a little finance, things that is going on in the market, things that are just happening, to people's 401ks, your retirement, stuff like that. Kind of get some insight on some, different tips and tricks if you don't have a financial advisor that you can use yourself to kind of better your situation. So it sounds like each month we might do a new sip and sit with Tony Torby and learn a little bit about finance.
All right. And that segment will be brought to us by Torby Financial. And we will actually be all live. Well, not live, but we will all be in the same room.
Vicinity, yeah.
Mobile studio for that event. And we're still going to be looking for a secondary sponsor on that, maybe a car service. So if you are listening and you know of a great car service in the Rockford area, let us know so we can see if we could talk to them. Because the last thing we want to do is be sipping too much and get in trouble. All right. So last week, guys, we had amazing conversation. We've had a lot of people actually listening to the podcast. I was very happy to hear that. So thank you again, everybody that's listening, for your continued support. We're just hoping to give a great representation of the state line, the area that we all love to live and work in. And we talked about some of the games. George, did you get to the Icehogs game last weekend?
I did not get to the games, unfortunately.
Oh, you missed out on some good games.
Well, you have a chance. You have a chance because this coming Sunday, May 15th at 4 p.m. will be game 3. It's a guaranteed game 3, a possible game 4 on Tuesday, May 17th if needed. But they're playing their rivals, the Chicago Wolves. So they beat the Stars in a sweep.
Oh, yeah.
Swept it out. And here we go. More postseason hockey for Rockford.
I think the second game, I wasn't there, but I think the second game went to overtime.
Yes, that's what I heard. I've been reading about it.
Big thriller, an overtime win. And I think it came with maybe, it was like under a minute too, that they scored goal for gold, baby. They are playing some very hot hockey right now. They're passing well. They're playing great defense. They're moving the puck beautifully across the ice. It's a very exciting to watch this team play. And I think they has really good chance of beating their rivals this weekend too, actually. So,
well, they got to play their first 2 games in Chicago at the Allstate Arena or whatever it's called these days.
Yep.
Is it the Allstate Arena
best
now?
of 5? No.
It's a best of 4.
Oh wait, no, it is best of 4.
Yeah, it's like a 4-game,
How does
maybe
that
it's a
work?
5. No, it's a 5-game series, but
Yeah, it's
it's
usually
2 games away.
2 and 1.
Right.
So
So
game 3 and 4 are here if 4 is needed, and then if
4 is
5 is
needed,
needed, it's back in Chicago.
it's back in Chicago.
sense.
Chicago's higher in the standings, but it would be nice to at least split it on the road, because I think back home at the BMO they could definitely win it. So
Heck yeah, let's do it
That'd be
What's
real
up?
exciting to watch them win at home.
for sure.
So
They
yeah.
got to take 1 out
maybe
of 2.
maybe
in
if
Chicago.
it works, maybe if it works out, we us 3 can go to the game Sunday or possibly Tuesday if it's a push on Tuesday.
I would love to, but I will not be with you guys next week.
That's
So,
right.
This
Where you going?
this recording is happening now. We're airing this on Friday, and when you're listening to this beautiful broadcast, I am on a plane to Orlando. So my family and I are heading to Orlando for Friday and Saturday. Saturday we are doing a VIP tour of NASA. My father-in-law was actually a rocket scientist that was in charge of the Apollo rocket, the Saturn V rockets during the Apollo missions. So we're doing like this VIP
Wow.
behind the scenes tour with the entire family. So he's got all his kids, his grandkids, their spouses, like everybody. He's covering this trip. And then on Sunday morning, we get on a Royal Caribbean cruise line ship and head to St. Kitts and St. Thomas, and we'll be back on the 23rd in the Rockford area. So you guys are going to miss me next week. I apologize, but this is a family vacation he planned over a year ago.
Hey, you deserve it. You deserve it big time.
So it's going to be fun. I've never been on a cruise before, so I'm looking forward to seeing it. I have the whole family with me. I hear there's some amazing things to do. So that's going to be fun. I'll give you guys a recap when we get back. But
Sure.
so I won't be able to go to the
game
game.
either, so I don't know what it's like.
No,
I've done one cruise. And
My
it was
wife
only
is
a
terrified.
3-nighter.
My wife is
How'd you like
terrified
it?
of the ocean, so I don't think we'll ever do a cruise. She
Well,
loves
you
the
know-
beach. She loves the beach. She can go and sit on the beach all day long, right?
right.
But she'll get her big toe in the water, and that's it.
Oh, nothing wrong with that. So I see an all-inclusive resort in our future. That's where we'll go.
Yes, we do. Hey, maybe
Yeah,
one of these shows we can get someone to sponsor it for us.
Oh, there you
Well,
go.
Funny you say that, because today I got an email from Hyatt Corporate that they just signed a boatload of new all-inclusive resorts that you can book through the
Really?
Hyatt. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, there's the list. It's supposed to grow, but I got a list of like 10 just from what was in the email. So I'm
I
pretty
guarantee
excited
you
all
those
over.
10 are just immaculate. Like,
Yeah,
it's an
yeah, for
all-inclusive
sure.
resort.
Yeah.
I think it's like, trying to remember the name of some of them, but some that I've heard of, like that you see on TV. Secrets is one of them. I know that for sure.
Right.
But there's a couple others, and yeah, so you'll be able to book it with High Points pretty soon.
Like
Oh.
secret sandals, all of that type of stuff then.
Yeah.
George, does that mean you get to book it for all of us with all your points that you have earned over the years?
I see a group vacation. Let's do it. So no, but sandals, an all-inclusive resort, I'll tell you right now. So like I mentioned in our last week in our podcast that the end of May was my 25th wedding anniversary. And it's funny that we're going on this trip with the cruise. And I told my father-in-law, thanks for stealing my thunder. You know, I mean, I was going to take Venice like back to Jamaica or something for our 25th, because that's what we did. We stayed at all-inclusive Sandals. And he was like, well, you can still do so. I said, yeah, I know, but thank you. This is a great anniversary present. So I'm going to play it off that way and then just
There
do
you go.
something nice when we get back, because last thing we're going to want to do is get on another plane and go somewhere a week later. I mean,
Oh,
you need a
for sure.
vacation from your vacation every time.
It's like you always got to take that day after the vacation off just to regather yourself back home and get your buns in a row.
Well, technically, we get back in the evening of the 22nd, but my calendar and everything is still blocked out for the 23rd, just to have a mental health day.
Perfect.
So, but don't tell anybody. So, how was your guys' weekend though? What'd you guys do last week? It was Mother's Day weekend. Did you have some fun? Did you guys do something nice for the ladies? What's going on?
So normally, yeah, Sunday is a day about, with my wife, my mom, and we spend the day. But my wife this year decided, hey, I want nothing to do with anybody. I want a day for myself. So my Mother's Day was spent with my mom, which was a lot of fun. We went to the movies, we hung out, went out to breakfast. I went to church, did all the fun stuff with my mom and celebrated my mom. And then my wife enjoyed having an empty house for a day, which was fun.
Nice.
So that was our Mother's Day weekend.
Sometimes that's a better gift than anything else you could do. Like just give them a mental health day, because let's face it, guys, we're all guys. The women in our lives, the mother of our children, when they're done working, they're still working. They're still getting the mom. They're still like, let's do this and let's do that. And they're on the whole time. And we go play golf. We go do this. We do a lot. We get off. We never do it right, according to our spouses. So
my wife's a saint, man. My wife is a saint. My last week might have been the busiest week I've had in a really long time. And we have 3 kids, with one of them being 6 weeks old. So it's she's a saint. My last week, I can just sum it up real quick for you. I took my 7-year-old to a White Sox game the previous Sunday. Monday, I'm in golf league. Shout out, because it's really nice. So we, play golf now. Tuesday, I got some fresh ink from Ian Curry over at Land of Inkin in Rockton. So if you guys ever need any tattoo needs, definitely go to him. Wednesday, I had the infamous male surgery. Got snipped real good, making sure that we stay at 3 kids. Thursday kind of was a relaxed day, didn't do much, had our son's baseball game. Friday was our kids' fun fair at St. Bridget's, so that was kind of fun for him. He was super pumped for that. Saturday, we had a garage sale, and then I took my mom out.
Just throw that in there, right?
Yeah, Saturday night.
You got nothing going on.
Saturday night, I took my mom up to Madison to the Majestic Theater. I don't know if you guys ever been there. Right there in downtown, right off of right there by the Capitol building, and we saw Drake White perform, and it was incredible. I've never heard of the guy before, ever. Friday, my mom's like, "Hey, for Mother's Day, do you want to go to this concert?" I said, "Sure." So I started listening a little bit. He is like rebel country. And it's crazy because you start reading the story on the guy, and in 2019, he had a brain aneurysm that erupted in his brain, like on stage, right in the middle of like performing, left him completely paralyzed. So over the last 2 years, he's been relearning how to walk. And he told us that he still has to relearn how to play the guitar. He hasn't learned yet how to use his hands enough to play the guitar. So he like comes out on stage and he stands there because the whole like left side of his body was paralyzed. And it was incredible. His voice, his music, it was just one of those shows that we paid $20 for the tickets, right? And it was probably one of the best concerts I've been to ever.
Wow.
So yeah, we went to that Saturday night,
Check
came
it
back
out.
home. Sunday for my wife, I got up, we hung out for a little bit, and I just did, yard work around the house. She likes to do yard work. We got stuff ready. Next weekend is my youngest daughter's baptism, so we're getting stuff around the house ready for that. So yeah, that was my very exciting week last week.
So
Sounds
you're
like
not
every week.
you're not the only one with some ink though, right? George, you got some ink recently, right?
Oh, sure.
Oh, let's see it. Let's see it.
Mine is temporary. I am just trying to get an idea if I like the design.
Soon to be.
I think you should definitely do it. I think we'll have a poll on this. So people, if George should get the Ukrainian trident, right? That's military trident for Ukraine. If you should get that tattoo on his arm, let's get a thumbs up. The more we get 100 likes, he's going to get tattooed, and we'll record it.
Either on the arm or on the
or on his forearm.
George,
I've got on my forearm. It's not a bad place.
Can you elaborate on why you have that? I mean, the story behind why you have that on your arm is pretty significant. I mean,
yeah,
Can you like elaborate? I think that'd be our listeners would
Well,
really enjoy that.
Well, I am Ukrainian, so it's a big topic right now in the world with the war going on in Ukraine, and my family, not all, but majority of my family that's out there still, um, or basically is refugees now in Poland, and they are had to leave everything behind really, except for the husbands. The husbands aren't allowed to leave. They have to stay back and fight. And I've got some cousins still throughout Ukraine that never left, that they just hunker down and made it so far. At this point, it's definitely I went out there a couple weeks ago for a trip. John, you did a vlog episode where I really went into detail on it. So if you're interested to hear more about my trip, to literally I went to the border of Ukraine in the middle of the war to see all the humanitarian effort that was happening. I met an insane amount of amazing people all over the world, a lot of Americans that are out there helping, and it just I came back different. I got to see firsthand just how unfair it is and what's happening there, um, and what they're going through, and compared to the problems that we have here, it's not even close, and it just puts things into perspective. So with that, I would love to put some ink, whether it's here or here, but I still haven't decided. I'm definitely on the fence on that one still, because I was always anti-tattoo, and this is the closest I've ever been to thinking about it. So yeah,
Well,
love to see what you guys think.
I will say to you guys now, like Josh, I know you've gotten tattooed since you're 18. You've been going. I got my first tattoo, George, when I was 42. I'll be 49 this year. And I went really big. I went huge on my arm, a big hammer with my kids' names, what I did, who I do it for. I still say it's what I do and who I do it for. I build for my children. I'm building for their future. I'm building for them to have a better life. But that was the first one, and I've just gotten addicted from there. From there, I have a yin and a yang design that my wife found. Me and her have these matching tattoos. We got those 2 years ago. Last year, I got some writing on my other arm over here. It's the last two verses from Invictus. If you don't know the poem, it resonates highly with me. I was at a crossroads in my life back in 2016 when I came across the Wake Up Warrior. I was introduced to the Invictus poem through that program and some different ways of thinking and working, and changed my life. It's what brought me down the path I am now to be a realtor and changing my entire career and what I'm doing and how I do things. So it's like you find something that has meaning for you. That's the best. I mean, you could still get a little chip tattooed on you. We're not gonna have Josh show us that one. This show is PG-13. It's not R-rated. But
I mean, a lot of my
Josh has a stick figure tattoo of a golfer, a golf guy on his rear end. So
named Chip. And you want to know something? One of my best friends that I met back in 2012 when I was playing baseball out in San Diego, Bobby Reynolds. Shout out Robert Reynolds. He is a pilot in the greatest United States Navy. He's down in Pensacola right now. It was something that we did on his first Flight Suit Friday. So that's when the officers are able to actually wear their flight suit. And they wear them every Friday. And it's a big thing. Like, you invite family and friends, and you have this big old thing at the officers club. And so he flew me down there, and we went to the officers club after his first Flight Suit Friday. We drank with the admiral. I mean, the highest of the high in the Navy were there, and these open bar, do what you want. And it was something that, we did together. And we'll always have it, and we'll always remember those memories of how we got it, when we got it. Every tattoo that I have has different meaning to it, which I think is kind of special. It shows the art of the artist that did it, but it also shows a huge part of who you are, right? And so all of mine have a different time of my life, a different moment, a different significant thing that I have gone through. Um, I've lived in a lot of different states to play baseball, so I have every state that I have lived in on me. That I traveled the United States playing baseball. I have my catcher's mask. I was a catcher, so at the baseball field to the eyes of my catcher's mask. I have my side says faith one way, and you turn the other way, and it says hope. Me and my mom had matching ones of those because
Nice.
she always taught me that if you don't have hope, you don't have faith. You need faith to have hope. A lot of things happen
That's
in my
awesome.
life. I got one for my dad who was murdered when I was 3 on my back. So really, every tattoo I have is a huge moment or time in my life that I cherish with me, and I want to bring it with me, and kind of not change the world of insurance, but your insurance agent doesn't kind of look the same anymore, right? I got a big beard, I'm all tattooed up.
Hey,
but
that's true.
I'm a great insurance agent, and people love me for who I am, right? And so it's nice here, at the office of Vision allows you to really express yourself, and our clients, I think, appreciate that, as well as probably you two as well, right? Clients enjoy coming to talk to you and see you for who you are, not what you're in and all that stuff. So
I agree.
It's nice.
I agree 100%. So you're thinking, thank God Justin Fields didn't have 3 touchdowns that day, huh?
Hey, you want to know something? If Justin Fields threw for 200 yards and 3 touchdowns, I would have that tattooed on me along with 5 other people. All right.
It's true. It's true, but it didn't happen. So there's no.
But it didn't happen.
Hey, guess what?
And if you don't, for the people listening,
baby.
For the people listening, Justin Fields, we were at the game. All 3 of us were at this. We had this big Bears Green Bay weekend just last year.
Yep.
I went to my first Bears game. Remember, guys? Now don't kill the messenger. But I grew up in New York City, so I'm a Jets fan. I grew up with the Jets. That's just what it is. And just this weekend, the Kentucky Derby. The horse that won the Kentucky Derby was an 80-1 long shot. And guess what? The Jets are 80-1 to win the AFC this year. So it can happen.
Jets, baby.
So,
you want to know something? I'm putting it on air right now. If the Jets win the Super Bowl this year, 2022, 2023, me and JB will get matching Jets tattoos wherever he wants, and I'll pay for it. Mark my words.
Okay, you heard it here first.
Okay.
Jets win it. We are on.
And I will take that, what it costs. I'll figure it out, and I'll put it on the Jets to win. So I'll just walk away with a boatload of 80-1 odd cash.
There you go.
We're thinking it's about $100 an hour. 2 of us. If you get Jets, probably an hour. We're looking at $200. You got to go $200. You got to prove it in one of our podcasts that you threw $200 on the Jets at 80-1 odds to win the Super Bowl.
All right.
There you go. All right. Well, let's get off the Jets now. All right, because this is not the fan in New York City.
Hey,
this is.
When I think of the Jets, real quick, when I think of the Jets, I think of when I was little, right, and I watched the movie Big Daddy, and they're sitting there in the bar in New York, and he goes, "What are you doing?" "No, just watching the gosh darn Jets."
Yeah,
that's
it. I mean, Barstool Sports made it famous. KFC with his GD Jets podcast every week with the season that they were just horrible. And he's like, "Can we just lose the whole season, get the first round draft pick at least?" And they couldn't even get that right. They had to win 3 games, so it was like, really. So even when they're losing, they can't lose properly. It's just how it is. So it is tough to be a Jets fan, but I'm in good company. Gary V, immigrated to America. His family comes to America. He goes through the neighborhood. He tells his story about how he became a Jets fan. And Gary V goes, I walk out to go play with a bunch of kids, and they go, "Who do you like for football, Jets or Giants?" And he was like, "I don't know." He's like new, he barely speaks English. His parents don't really speak English. They go, "All right, you're a Jets fan." And then he tells his mom a couple years later he wants a Jets jersey. So she hand sews him a sweater, a green sweater with the Jets logo on it. She made it for him because they couldn't afford a Jets jersey. You know what I mean? And he still has that framed. It's in his office, and he's a Jets fan for life. And I really hope one day he earns enough money he could buy the team and give us the team we deserve. Because current ownership is horrible. I'm sorry to say that.
Yeah.
But we're in Illinois. Nobody cares about the New York Jets. So let's talk about this Bears game we went to.
Hey, we're doing that again this year, though, right? The four of us?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Just tell me what.
The three of us. What do you,
the three of us. We brought Garrett along, but it's the three of us.
Shout out Garrett Erickson.
Are we going to do just, that'll be our thing. We'll do a shout out to Garrett Erickson every week.
Shout out Garrett Erickson. He's probably in his Cintas box truck right now with Lloyd, delivering his floor mats. Working harder than ever, baby.
Oh, man. So, yeah, so that Bears game, though, was amazing. Thank you again, George. That was an opportunity. This past year, the year out of COVID, has been amazing for me. I mean, I took my boys to a Blackhawks game at the United Center. Josh, you were there that night.
I was there too.
That was crazy. Then we went to the Bears game a few weeks later, and that was a blast. That was my first time ever at Soldier Field. I've been living here 22 years, first time at Soldier Field. And then I just recently got invited right before the playoffs started for basketball to go see the Bulls in the Skybox. So, I mean, I've gotten to see all the Chicago sports teams. Our local hockey team's doing amazing. It's just been a great year. I've been to a few Icehogs games. So
that Blackhawks game ended in a shootout win too.
It did. That was a Penguins Blackhawks.
Blackhawks, yeah.
And my oldest son, Kyle, he's 22, soon to be 23. He is a huge diehard Penguins fan. And his brother, Andrew, who just turned 21 last week, bought him a Fleury jersey, a Blackhawks Fleury jersey for his birthday at that game.
That's pretty sweet.
And now Fleury got traded.
Yep. He gone.
Yeah, I took Mason to that game.
Yeah.
We took Mason to the game because in our household, we really show when our kids are doing well in life and acting right, getting good grades, doing the things that they're supposed to day in and day out with adventures, right? So he was on a stretch of, a month and a half where he was listening, he was doing his homework, as a 7-year-old, taking his showers, brushing his teeth, making his bed, doing everything that we as parents instill in our kids, right? And we surprised him. I ordered tickets at like 4:00, ran home, picked him up, took him there, got 6 seats 6 rows up, and just a wild game, man. It went to overtime, great hockey. It was fun.
That's awesome.
It ended overtime, and then it was a shootout. It ended with a shootout, and it was just a great game. And it was funny because
7-year-old just going nuts, like freaking out because it's well past his bedtime. It's like 11 o'clock hour at this point in time. He's jazzed to go back to school tomorrow. Tell his friends what just happened. Like, it was one of the coolest moments that a 7-year-old could have, right? And that's probably really one of the first memories that he will always remember, going later in life. So.
Well, that's definitely awesome. I remember seeing you guys there at the game, and it was a good time. It's a shame those people showed up late, because by the second period, if the people next to you didn't show up, we were moving down.
Yep, you were 100%.
But they all showed up. So, just great time, great weekend, great sporting events this year. It's been fun. I just don't know.
The big talk of the summer now, us getting nice weather, is the golf season, right?
That's true. So you said you played in a league this week already.
Yeah, so I played in that Swan Hills Monday Night League, men's league. We play every Monday 9 holes, so it's quite nice.
All right, and you get through that one like an hour or two.
Yeah, we tee off. Shotgun start at 5:15. And we're usually back in the clubhouse having some nice cold beverages about 7. So
nice, definitely
Not
something
bad.
cool. I can't wait. I have not been out yet. My son actually went out on Saturday. He grabbed my clubs and he went out with a bunch of his friends because it was a beautiful day. I haven't gone yet this year, but I know we got a few big golf outings coming up locally in the area. And I will tell you, if you like golf and you're new to the area and you don't know, we have so many amazing golf courses here. Like not to mention, we have some great golf clubs. You know what I mean? We've got the Beloit Club. I know, George, you're up in there. We got Montecisi. We got Rockford Country Club. We got Forest Hills Country Club. I played 3 out of those 4, I'm getting to play Montecisi this year with the Rockford Cosmopolitan Club. You guys are playing it with me because we're part of the same foursome. And your brother-in-law, George Kyle, is going to be playing with us, which let's be honest. Kyle's going to like drive the furthest. He's going to carry the team. We're just going to have a good time, have some drinks, do what we're doing. But I enjoy the game. Even though I'm not very great at it, I do enjoy it. But Montecisi, I'm looking forward to. We're playing Montecisi this year, and I have not played that one, but we've got Atwood right here down the street from me in Roscoe. We've got Ledges. We've got Mactown. Great.
I'm a huge fan of Mactown.
I like Mactown as well.
The county courses are really nice.
I like the elevation changes in Mactown. It's not
Hole 2. Hole 2 has a nice elevation change.
But you got to watch though with the trees, because if you're not on the money that day, you're in trouble.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's like Ingersoll. Have you guys played Ingersoll?
Well, that's what makes the Beloit Club hard. Is it's narrow course. It's flat, but it's a tree game. You got to stay out of the trees.
There.
Yeah.
So I know we're getting a chance though to play Mactown again this year with one of our other golf outings, right? What's going on with that one, George?
Yeah. So we have every year as State Line Chamber. I am the current vice president of the State Line Chamber. So we have a golf event that we throw every year, and we rotate several of the county courses. We do 2 years in a row at one course, and then we'll rotate to the next one. So we did Mactown last year, and to be honest, it was probably the best event that we've thrown yet, as far as the turnout, the amount of fun. I love, like I said, the elevation changes. It was a blast. It is a pig roast, so there's going to be food at the end. It is July 28th this year, a Thursday. Nice. We tee off just after you come in the morning. There's breakfast for you at the check-in table. You golf your 18 holes, and then we provide the lunch at the pavilion afterwards. Pig roast, and it's a Hawaiian themed. So there's a Hawaiian shirt contest. There's pretty much an activity at every single hole. It's a blast. It's recommend you guys come out and check it out. It's one that I'm in charge of that event. I'm the chair of the event. So
wait, so you don't get the golf in? We're gonna play, right, Josh?
No, I don't even get to golf. I'm on the committee, so I'm stuck. Plus, I think Vision sponsoring the best hole, right? Vision Insurance Group sponsoring the best hole in the whole thing. Hole 18. Come check us out there. We're having I'm torn. Last year I did the BT Agent. We're on hole number 2. It was closest to the pin. Got yourself in a drawing, right, to for a prize. This year, I think what I want to do is hole 18 is a dog leg left up the hill. If you're a big hitter, you can almost drive the green if you're a big hitter, right? If you stay away from the trees and the power lines right there. What I'm thinking is we are going to get a cooler filled with booze, filled to the brim, right? And I'm going to put it on the far right side of the hole.
So you got to shoot away from where you want to
go.
So
you have to either pick one. Am I going to shoot and try to get closest to the booze and win it, right? Or am I going to better my score and try to drive the green? Real big dilemma here.
It is.
Personally, I'm going for the booze every time.
Well, everybody's got to try to go home a winner, so you got to do something like that. So that works perfectly.
Take our par, right? Hit the bucket, hit our second shot on. We can either putt for birdie, putt for par, right? And take our chances, but you almost have to, right, boys?
Right.
Yeah.
Or double birdie in my case.
Double birdie. The last thing I'll say about that golf play day, if you're interested, I don't know how we scored it, but the website is golfplayday.com. Legit.
Golfplayday.com.
Yeah, surprising that was available, but it's ours. And yeah, golfplayday.com if you want to register for it. We're signing people up now. It is going to be a blast, July 28th.
All right. And also, like I said, the Rockford Cosmopolitan Golf Outing is in August. It's August 12th. If you want to sign up for that, you could visit, just ask on Facebook, how do I get into the Rockford Cosmos Golf Outing? And somebody that's a Cosmo, there's over 260 members right now in Rockford. So somebody will reach out to you and say, this is how you sign up. And that's a blast. And there are 2 different courses running simultaneously. So, and again, money raised is always for good cause. We raised a lot of money. We're helping with Maggie Strong. We are doing money for diabetes awareness with the Rockford Cosmos. So, I mean, that's a great outing. The chamber golf outing is the most fun you're going to have at a golf outing. A lot of supportive local businesses. Josh, you play a bunch of outings.
I got actually a pretty cool one. That's in June, June 6th. Actually, is the NAMI Golf Play Day at Forest Hills Country Club. So it's the Northern Alliance of Mental Illness. Our friend Danielle Angelari, who is the head of NAMI over there, puts that on every year. What it does is it raises money for awareness for mental illness here in the Rockford area, right? Everyone knows somebody. I think the stat is like 1 in 10 people deal with mental illness. So supporting them is supporting a great cause to allow people to really get the help and the need that they want. So if you want to sign up for it, I know I'm playing in it. And I think maybe some members of the State Line Chamber is playing in it as well. You can reach out to me, or you can give NAMI a phone call and talk to Danielle Angelari. So,
all right, perfect, man. Well, we got some great events coming up. We've got some great area courses, and again, if you're not avid golfer, play day is the best way to go because it's always a best ball scramble, and we have
just a lot of fun.
And have a lot of fun with it. Exactly. So with that, I mean, I got nothing for you guys.
Hey, it's nice out. Get out, enjoy some of the scenery and the restaurants and things that good old Rockford, metropolitan area has to offer. I know us 3 just met for lunch today. We went to Fozzie's. Got to sit out on their patio.
On the patio.
Had a great lunch. It was beautiful outside. If there's any hidden patios or hidden restaurants or places that you want us to try or talk about, or, if there's an event that's coming up that you want us to, really get the word out there for you guys, just let us know. That's what we're here for. It's what we love to do. We love to go out and really
rep the state line.
Rep the state line.
Repping the state line.
Hence the name. For sure.
Wow,
For sure.
Who thought of that? Like they're gonna rep the state line. It's no, but definitely I agree with you, Josh. There are some great patios. Over the winter, Arrow Ale House expanded and now they have an outdoor patio.
Oh, I'm super excited.
Really?
And I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that to open. Fozzie's has their outdoor patio. Stone Eagle, I go there quite often. They did a beautiful outdoor patio during COVID, which is why we gave them a chance to go check it out. Because we, not to be disparaging, good days, bad days, good staff, bad staff. We went there like 4 or 5 years ago and it was just a weird experience. And the food was okay. And the bartender didn't know how to make a whiskey sour. It was the weirdest thing. So we see this beautiful patio though. And we went out there and sat, me and my wife, and food was great. Beverages were perfect. Service was A1. And like right now when there's a shortage of servers and things are horrible, they've been on top of it. So we went back a few times, and all last summer, that was like our go-to place on a beautiful afternoon. Oh, let's go grab lunch. Let's go sit outside for dinner. And had not had a bad experience since. So maybe it was years in the past to now, but there's a lot of places like that in town with these outdoor patios.
If you live on the west side of town, or you want to travel and see somewhere, the Olympic Tavern has a great patio as well.
Except Sundays. They're closed on Sundays.
They are closed on Sundays. Yep. It's so that their family and staff can go to church.
Right. Oh, I know. And that's how it's
Chick-fil-A.
been since the day they opened.
Yep.
I mean, but yeah,
Mr.
they
Rotella has
an
always
place.
done that.
They have an amazing patio for sure. You go up to the Rock up in Beloit. They have an amazing patio, but the rooftop bar at the Hotel Goodwin, doesn't get any better than that when you're sitting up above everybody. The upper deck at the hotel down in Rockford, we were just talking about last week, Embassy. There's so much.
I like how Beloit is it Friday nights that Beloit does? Do they kind of shut down part of the street and allow the restaurants to have more outside seating?
They're doing that, and then that's already set up for the farmers market on Saturday morning. Then by doing that,
Yep.
so they
'cause
they
we
block
went up
the
to
streets
Truck.
out.
We went up to Truck last year on a Friday night, and then we were sitting in the middle of the intersection enjoying tacos and margaritas, and it was just
Oh,
a very lovely experience. So if you guys got nothing really going on a Friday night and it's supposed to be beautiful, make a trip up to Beloit, see what they have to offer. There's like 6 or 7 restaurants along that strip that really broaden their client intake.
and they're doing a lot of that on State Street as well. So now it's the season where they're putting the platforms out. So they get rid of 2 parking spaces on State Street in front of like Woodfire, in front of Onyx, not Onyx, Octane, by Vintage. Like they'll do different things like that. And they have outdoor dining in front of those restaurants as well. So it's limited seating, but it definitely is nice to be able to eat outdoors. So.
Yeah.
Oh, and
so I think
the Olympic Tavern, you can bring your dog on Mondays to the patio.
That's true.
Pet friendly on Monday nights.
Awesome. Well, I think that's about a wrap for season 1, episode 2. Unless anybody else has something that we forgot to talk about.
The only thing I'm going to say, and I'm going to say it over and over, is please subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. We are on Spotify. We are on Amazon Music. We are on iTunes. We're on Buzzsprout. So
YouTube.
We're on YouTube. So subscribe, like us, share us, and give us some feedback. And you can always watch this episode on Repping the State Line on Facebook. Join our group and interact with us. So that's what I got for you guys.
All right. Well, and you have a wonderful trip, John.
Thank you.
Next week it's going to be a little different. It's going to be me and you, Joshy. We're going to be.
I'm looking forward
to
it.
We're going to be
I think
holding
we're gonna
down
have
the
a good
fort. Heck yeah! All
I'm looking forward to downloading the episode when I get back into the States and listening to you guys while I'm on the airplane.
We got to make sure
home.
we come up with a list of stuff to talk about John while he's gone that he can't rebut on.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay,
That
I think
would be a good one.
So there'll be so episode 3 will not air next week, and we'll go straight to episode 4, our sitting and sipping. So, all right, guys, you all have a great week. Rep the state line, and
we'll see you.
I'll see you guys in 2 weeks when I get back.
See you, John.
Have a good one, guys.